eventually. Come 2022-23, Atiku was still on the ticket. And now, Peter Obi came out from the south and contested. Amechi contested and came second in APC, second to Tinubu, who is also from the south. So you see, 3 leading candidates. 2027, the default position thinking also is that it should be from the south. So if Atiku takes it, how will Amechi and Peter Obi take it? Now, for the Peter Obi and Atiku, together they were either rigged out or defeated in 19. Apart, they were either rigged out or defeated in 2023. You come back together, hey guys, who are you playing with? Is this a joke? And the way I take Peter Obi, I think he is much, the position of VP is very big anyway. I wanted to be and I was rigged out. But I think Peter Obi should not be a VP, having gotten a disputed 10 million votes. Now you're starting to understand what I mean.
But he has made it clear.
Now, it is all about, listen, it is all about a narrative that was sold out to Nigeria very quickly.
My people are saying the halt, you don't happen, no. The why they say, people are saying Yusuf, Datti, Baba, Ahmed, people are saying, you know, they're happy with the way Peter Obi they go for this coalition. And you know, they're happy with this so-called coalition because he don't talk, so this one don't give his space. And don't give APC a chance to talk bad about many people, might not mention name. Just listen to what he talk, share this video, and he say Peter Obi can never be a vice presidential candidate, make you not agree. What's Sean thoughts in the comment section?
That to defeat Tinubu, it has to be our coalition. Coalition is good, but when in 2023 we defeated APC, PDP. There was no coalition in Labour Party. The real coalition we need is in the ballot box.
Yeah, but that's
not a coalition.
Speculative.
Not a coalition. Let's stop that. But please, let me get to my point. The real coalition is of votes at the ballot box. You protect them all the way to declaration. You present a coalition of politicians. You open the flanks for being attacked that they are geriatrics and everything that you said about this. And you open the flanks for APC to be talking their jargon. When APC has worse than what they are saying about ADC. So in reality, what you need are the votes for a credible candidate, for a credible ticket.
Yeah, I think
there is no law
concedes that.
There is no law, there is no principle which says that it must be a coalition. Now that is the narrative that I kept saying. If you are challenging this narrative, you need to be careful. And if you're invited to a coalition, like I was, no level of firmness should tell you that don't go into that. Go and at least listen, see what they are doing. If you agree, continue. If you don't, do what your alternatives are. That is the thing.
But you went there. You went there several times. I don't mean to interrupt you, but yeah. I mean it's a dialogue. It's not a sort of monologue. I mean, you went there several times.
Yes.
You went there 3 times. So something must have attracted you back to listen to them.
Attraction.
What I'm trying to understand is what is the guiding principle of this ADC opposition coalition beyond wanting President Tinubu to be removed from office? What is it about his philosophy that attracted you to it? And is there an overriding cause that kindles a sort of fire in your heart that you think is in the best interest of Nigeria?
There are 2 questions here. One is for David Mark, Senator David Mark. What the principles and everything, please let him explain those things to you.
But I thought you guys were discussing it at your meeting.
We are. That is typically a question for the party leaders to answer you. The second question you ask is what is the driving, what's attracting me there. The attraction in ADC, which I still believe in the coalition, I believe in and are very likely to work with them, is that coming together is good, especially to chase out APC.
Yeah, but you just said that you don't believe that the way to get rid of the president is through coalition.
No.
I mean, you said that a
No,
minute.
the narrative was that they have sold it out to Nigeria that the only way to defeat Tinubu or APC is coalition, and that is wrong. A clean political party fielding the right candidate will beat APC hands down, even in the presence of a coalition.
Well, let me make this point, okay? I mean, there is nothing...
Did you get me? Did you understand me?
I understand what you mean, but...
Let me say it again, please.
But no, I understood what you
right.
said. There is nothing stopping the Labour Party from fielding a presidential candidate.
Good.
There's nothing stopping the PDP. You're saying, I mean, nobody ever said they were going to be stopped.
Right, but I was talking to you about the narrative.
Yeah.
Which has gone on that is leading to the excitement we saw yesterday.
But that's okay. That's for them. They're the ADC.
Yes.
They are a coalition.
Yes.
And it is their job to promote their coalition.
Yes.
But I completely agree with you that that's a way. It's not the way. I mean, there are other ways. So I don't want to get bogged down in sort of that.
Yes, this conversation is going, it's becoming like a chitter-chatter. But,
but
do you know that, for example, if Wike were to finish destroying the PDP and leave,
right,
PDP could go and join this coalition. Do you know that's possible?
Well, it depends on if the coalition want the PDP to join them.
Of course they will welcome. Of course they will. And later, if Labour Party decides they're inspired to join the coalition,
right,
they are very well welcome to join. That is why it's called a coalition. And when they join the coalition, then they will say our platform is ADC.
Right. Okay. Well.
I hope this is very clear.
I understand that, but let me.
I hope this is very clear, and it even sounds better that you go about in your PDP, keep calm. This elephant in the China ware shop, let him finish destroying, go and move into APC, and then come and say, look, here we are for the coalition. That's PDP, go and take themselves. And Labour Party, for any reason, we don't want to take the risks of letting Tinubu win again. And we think it is safer to join this coalition. They are welcome.
Yeah. But
it's even more powerful.
Right. I agree. But
being in Labour Party or PDP now is really not anti-coalition.
But let me work on the premise of the point that you made earlier, which is that you are willing to work with the coalition.
Correct.
And that you are likely going to work with the coalition.
Correct.
Did you feel a bit strange being in the same room and professing to be in the same coalition with so many politicians who you were ranged against in 2023 and who you and Miss Doby felt were a corrosive influence on this country?
Yes, it was simply unbelievable. Believe me, I'm still gasping for air. I mean, I remember, with due respect, I remember Nasiru El-Rufai dancing his eyes around and saying, if the heavens will come down to earth, Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be sworn in as president. I remember that clearly.
I remember that as well.
And I remember him walking out of the Senate. And I remember them saying that, look, the same APC he did, they said that there's a security file on him. He can't be a minister. I also remember in less than a year later, he wants to kick out. I remember everything that's, between El-Rufai and so many other leaders that he now goes to kneel down and greet again. I'm gasping for air. I don't understand what is going on. There are people who have been in this government for 24 years. They've been out of it only 2 years and they are crying and shouting, we must throw this government out. I have been in parliament only 4 years and 8 months, and I'm as happy as I can be. I believe I can defeat President Tinubu very, very comfortably. I have never been in the executive, and so many things. I have never issued any government contract, unless if they want to lie at me. There's nothing. I take people to EFCC. They don't take me to EFCC. Yeah, but we're in the same room with people that I never imagined will be And I doubt what people can do for power. This underscores why I say we should not be misled, consumed by this excitement.
Yeah.
Because as they say in English, when the chips are down and it's time to do primaries, what kind of primaries is Atiku going to do with an Amechi? You know how Atiku does primaries? Mercilessly. I remember those dollars flying. Well, we're in the same coalition, but in Port Harcourt, I remember the dollars flying. Remember, I'm with Atiku. Atiku, I'm with you. Please, if you're hearing me, we're in the same coalition. And then, what kind of primaries are they going to do? Am I going to deceive myself, okay, that all is going to be well in this ADC? The beginning of good governance if you run good primaries.
So what are you then hoping to get out of this new coalition in terms of political capital? Because you are a politician. I mean, are you just...
Can I stop you?
Can I stop you? Let me just make this
No,
point
I need
quickly.
to stop you.
Are you just going to sacrifice the millions of votes that you and Peter B got? I mean, to politicians who may not share your philosophy or that of the obedient movement?
Every 4 years, I save my leave allowances. At the end of those 4 years, I go to buy a certain nomination form. I am not a politician, and I'm saying it again in TV. I am not your typical Nigerian politician, but I do politics. For the sake of my country, I can go to war. What is there in doing politics? So I am not a politician. People have told me to stop saying it, but I'm saying it. I hate the lies that go around. I hate the deception and all those things that happen, because it is not me to do those kind of things. So your question, that's why I wanted to stop you. I am not a politician. Yeah, I do politics.
Right.
But what I asked you is,
I understand that. But when you go in to politics,
yes,
which you're in,
yes,
the assumption is that you're going in for a particular reason.
Yes.
And my question was, what are you hoping to get out of this new coalition in terms of political capital?
What I'm hoping to get is to get the leadership for Nigeria that will solve all our problems. Solve the problems of insecurity, be it anybody, I don't have to call names. I'm ready to support.
Right.
I'm ready to kill my ambition at any time. My ambition is Nigeria to be good.
But if the
I can go back to the classroom.
Right.
If Buhari had provided good governance since then, I would never have bothered myself. If there are signs that Tinubu will ever practice what is good governance, well, but there is no way. The political capital I'm looking for is good governance to emerge.
Right.
Peace, prosperity, and security for Nigeria. If that is done, life is easier where I am in the classroom.
But obviously there's a route to getting
there
to
is
that.
a route to getting it,
Right.
and that route is terrible. That route is not good. That route cleans out any morality in most people that are not strong enough to protect themselves in it. You come out, go through terrible party process, terrible primaries, horrendously expensive general elections. Okay? At the end of it all, instead of you being able to transform the system has transformed you. Don't say that I'm attacking one individual, please. What happened to Buhari? That they became so corrupt? It's because they allowed the political system to consume them. And then they became the typical corrupt leaders. Insecurity was promoted, profligacy, complacency in everything that you know. And again, what we're suffering today in Nigeria is you have the practitioners of insecurity, and then those are out there in the underworld.